You do like me.
I don't.
You liked me yesterday.
Oh, did I? Yeah.
On screen, they're two friends whose relationship has come undone. In real life, they truly are the best of friends, both Oscar-nominated for the film The Banshees of Inisherin. Tracy Smith is in conversation with Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson.
To put it simply, Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson are peas in a Hollywood pod. They're both accomplished actors, both Irish, and both are part of a great on-screen duo that falls somewhere between Butch and Sundance and Thelma and Louise. Both men were at the Golden Globes earlier this month, where Farrell won Best Actor for a musical or comedy.
Brendan, I love you so much. I love you so much.
And after the ceremony, both were down with COVID.
So, how does it feel to be out of isolation?
Oh, straight in. Jesus, that was a rough week.
It feels fantastic.
Yeah.
This was their first TV interview since coming out of quarantine.
Yeah, no, it's really nice to get out and about. I went for a swim this morning, which was just the most soul-liberating experience.
That's great.
It's been a busy season for the pair, since their latest film became a worldwide sensation.
Colin, Sonny, Larry. Didn't you and he used to be the best of friends?
We're still the best of friends.
No, you're not.
Who says we're not?
Sit somewhere else.
The Banshees of Inisherin is about two men on a windswept Irish island whose friendship is coming apart.
If I've done something to you, just tell me what I've done to you.
But you didn't do anything to me. I just don't like you no more.
You liked me yesterday.
Their lives are deeply intertwined, but Banshees is not a buddy film any more than Titanic is about a pleasure cruise. Their breakup is both hilarious and heartrending.
Well, anyways, I just wanted to say I was sorry. We leave it at that.
Why can't you just leave me alone, Barry?
Huh?
I've already told you, haven't I?
Yeah, I know, I was just...
I mean, why can't you just leave me alone?
I'm curious with the process. Did you have a discussion about maybe we shouldn't speak to each other throughout this film?
We touched on it. I was a bit nervous about that.
Why?
Yeah. Just because I love the man and I was nervous about, Jesus, are we going to have to give each other space? And then when we saw each other for the first time in a couple of years to start this, we just said, do you need a bit of, are we going to do a little, you know, and we looked at each other and we went, no, don't need it, don't need it.
For 2 weeks, in Bruges, in a room like this, with you? No way.
Farrell and Gleeson have what looks like an easy chemistry that comes across on screen.
If I'd grown up on a farm, Bruges might impress me, but I didn't, so it doesn't.
Their first project together, as hitmen in 2008's In Bruges, got rave reviews. Of course, they're a lot more than a duo. The 67-year-old Gleeson, a former teacher who only started acting full-time at age 34, has played roles as diverse as Mad Eye Moody in the Harry Potter series.
Hello. Complain?
A cook in Paddington 2.
Oh, no, I wouldn't say complain. Oh, that's a shame, because I just love it when people complain.
And himself as a sketch comedy host.
I'm Brendan Gleeson. If you don't recognize the accent, I'm Irish.
Gonna have a blast hosting
Brendan, you did SNL reluctantly. You did Saturday Night Live.
Yes,
you're
I did.
great.
I did, yeah.
Colin talked you into it.
Well, he did and he didn't. Like, he said, look, do what you want, but here's my take on it.
Yeah.
And I would take that seriously. Look, I like clowning around, don't get me wrong. There's a thrill about it. It's a kind of a white knuckle ride, so I really did. So thanks for that, Colin.
Yeah, man.
At 46, Colin Farrell has been doing this a bit longer, doing everything from fighting Tom Cruise to playing the Penguin in makeup that almost completely obscured his leading man looks. But as different as their careers and their lives have been, they were friends from the jump.
What about you clicked?
I don't know, it was just easy. The first time I met him was in a room at the Chelsea Hotel. I had recently put the jar down, right? I was sober about a year and a half or something like that. And he opened the door, I went into the room, we sat down, and I know that this man had like a pint every now and then, and I certainly had a reputation, and the reputation was now that I was recently sober. He knew that. Anyway, he said, will you have a drink? And I for a second I went, and he said, I have some, and he went to a minibar that looked like it hadn't worked since the 50s, and he opened it up and he pulled out 2 bottles of water and he went, I have Stiller Sparkling. And I just, in that moment, I swear to God, it's the sweetest thing. Did I ever tell you that? I mean, you were there, of course. Did I ever tell you that I noticed? Did I ever? Anyway, in that moment, the simplicity of that gesture told me there's a man that'll look after you. There's a man that'll take care of you. There's a man that considers people.
I just have this tremendous sense of time slipping away in me, Pádraig. And I think I need to spend the time I've left thinking and composing and just trying not to listen to any more of the dull things that you have to say for yourself, but I'm sorry about it. I am like.
And at the risk of getting all mushy here, Brendan Gleeson told us he feels the same, and that Farrell's a true gentleman. The kind of guy who helps ladies in long dresses up the stairs at award shows.
Well, just generally with the people around him, obviously with his children, with me, with Jennifer Coolidge walking upstairs.
And that was a cheap shot. That was only to get closer. That was more about me than about her. Let's be honest.
There was a duality about that, because I knew, I said, look at the maggot.
I didn't know there was a fella there. I was accused of elbowing some man out of the way. Oh, stop.
No, but that's who you are. Actually, that is the gent that you are. And I've known a lot of kind men in my life. I've been lucky about that. You know, my father was a kind man. And I knew kind friends who were there for you. I don't find it odd, but I knew immediately with him. So that's why the friendship lasted, because he's somebody who considers people to an extraordinary degree.
Only because I'm one of them. There's no escaping that. There's no escaping that. Only because I'm a person.
And come March, Colin Farrell might be a person with an Oscar, and he might not be alone. Both men were nominated for Banshees of Inisherin, along with co-stars Barry Cogan, Kerry Condon, and director Martin McDonagh.
People have said to me that Banshees just floored them, just took them days, and they've been a bit haunted by it.
What do you think when people say that to you, that
it's
Banshees
very
floored
humbling.
me?
It's very, because I've done plenty of things that people haven't connected to. You don't always go to work and create stuff that people connect to, and it's not a science. If we knew how to get it right every time, every film would work on every level. It would work for the audience, it would work for the critics, and it would work commercially. And that's magic, that's money in the bank, you know, and you can't expect that all the time, but the fact that it's arrived on this one is fairly cool.
So while Banshees may very well rake in a few more awards,
Let's just call it quits.
We won't call it quits.
it's already given these two a gift.
So this is a very sweet time, and I get to see him, get to spend time with Kerry and Martin that we wouldn't otherwise. So in that way, that's the kind of window I climb through to enjoy this whole experience, rather than taking it too serious, you know.
Instead of focusing on the horse race or who's nominated for what and all of that.
Exactly, just to be sharing it with the other lads and whoever is around, and the films and the filmmakers. I still get giddy about the whole thing anyway, do you know what I mean? Do I need it? No, but is it a bit of crack? Yeah. It's a moment in time, and then move on.